what is the role of analytics? We hear so much. Honestly, sometimes I'm sitting there watching a game. I'm like, why are they going for 2? Or why aren't they going for 2? Or fourth down, why aren't they going in here? And then you hear, well, that improves 10% chance of this, 5% chance less for that. How much is that a role in what you've presented to Arthur Blank and what you plan on also putting on the field for the Falcons, Coach?
Yeah, it's all part of it. Part of the decision making. I think the more information you can have, the better it is for you. And then you've got to make that call. And there's a lot of variables you got to take in consideration. One way or the other. Some people say, hey, I'm only going to trust my gut. Other people say, I'm only going to trust the numbers, what the analytic data says. But I think you've got to there's great tools, and then you got to make sure you have the right user using them. And that's what kind of presents, to make sure we have all the information. It is kind of ironic. You get to this point, I wonder how many people can thank their jobs and really souped up titles to Billy Beane writing that book. Because it seems like he's created a whole industry and inflated it with everybody using analytics, and some people don't even know what that means when they say it. But
no, so what is it? I guess then, what does it mean to you? For those who might need that sort of description, what does it mean to you?
It's more, it depends on what you're using it for. In terms of scouting, or you're turning on situational data, it's just more information, and some is better than others. And every team that it's got some programs they use or people they hire. And I just think it's part of the decision-making process. And so that's how we'll use it here.
And then obviously many coaches who are in this league who played the sport, not many of them come from the line. You played offensive line. You were guard, and then you had some time on the defensive side of a line. How do you think that gives you maybe a little bit of an advantage or a different perspective as being a head coach in the NFL, Arthur?
Yeah, it certainly gives you a different perspective. You can't speak for other guys. I mean, there's been great coaches that have come to the quarterback position. That seems usually a pretty fast track for play callers and head coaches. But there's other guys that have done it from different spots. Obviously, Braves, the guy, Mike Rabel, the guy that just worked for him. And Mike was a defensive guy, but he could coach on any position on the field. He had a great mind for it. And then guys I've looked up to. I don't know Andy Reid, but certainly I've always looked up to him because he was a lineman as well. And so you just see guys do it from other spots. Guys I learned from that did it from the tight end room. That certainly helped. But yeah, you use all those experiences. They're valuable.
Okay. And so does that mean there's a little bit of Taylor Lewan in you, or you and Taylor Lewan?
Could be.
What do you think?
I was just wondering, have you been on the bus yet?
I have not, Coach. And part of the reason why is I've called Taylor out for the bus not being able to actually run.
That's true.
Like I told him once he has a motor in the bus and that he does actually put the bus on the road, that's when I'll show up. I have a certain level and certain standard that I need to, normally I do make an exception for a Michigan man like Taylor. But,
right.
But
I'm just shocked you haven't been on there yet.
Well, I mean, it's not anything. I've made my position known to him. I mean, he knows. And my favorite thing was also saying that he was the full host of it, ignoring Will Compton completely. That's one of my other favorite things to do, too. Yeah. That's just me. That's my own speed. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.